So take me, go all the way back now. Take me back to Montana.
Yeah.
Because people said that you've been involved in politics since you were in college. But how did you come to it in the first place? Were you the son of a political junkie? Or?
No, weirdly enough, neither one of my parents cared at all about politics, but I, from the womb, just cared very deeply about it. When I was in the 4th grade, no kidding, I wrote a paper for my class, and they asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I said either the starting quarterback for the Denver Broncos or the president's campaign manager.
Interesting,
yeah.
So either Craig Morton or...
well, John Elway at the time.
John Elway was at the time, okay.
And so after Elway screwed me out of that, then I had no choice, man.
Right.
The only thing I could do was go be the president's campaign manager.
And why do you think? I mean, was it a book? Was it something you saw on TV? Was it, or literally is it just something in your genes?
Even when I was like in 1st grade, I was a voracious reader and I read everything. And we got Time Magazine, and I read Time Magazine every week and fell in love with the pageantry of politics, and then figured out very early, I was an anti-nuke kid, and figured out very early that you needed to elect people who shared those values, and I started working on campaigns doing that.
All right, so who was your first political hero?
LBJ. Like, I studied him when I did a paper about him when I was in junior high. Now we're getting full geek here.
Please go.
When you're in junior high caring about LBJ,
right.
you are not dating anybody. Like, this is brutal stuff, right? But I loved LBJ, and I think the Caro books are probably the finest political journalism in the history of writing, and I'm still somewhat obsessed with him, and yeah.
Analyze Barack Obama. 30, 40 years from now, you're teaching a class at the University of Montana,
yep.
and you're going through and you're trying to put President Barack Obama, 44th president, in context. What are you going to say about this person, about this Hawaii native?
Oh, no question, one of the all-time great presidents. Walked into the toughest economic situation in several generations, made tough choices to fix it, took on an incredibly unpopular and difficult fight in healthcare, put all of his political chips on the line, passed it, continued to go on and have a successful presidency. I think there's no question he's transformative.
And so what did you learn working with Barack Obama that you as a political professional didn't know before?
Well, look, when I was his deputy chief of staff, part of my job was the Hill, right? And so I had to help shepherd the health care bill through. And 5 separate times, Rahm Emanuel and I went into the Oval Office of the President of the United States and told him the health care bill was dead. The 5th time, the night after Ted Kennedy, we lost his Senate seat. And I remember the 5th time, he kind of showed some unusual anger and kind of grabbed his chair and forcefully put it on the ground and said, "You two are not listening to me. We're going to pass health care. Put everyone in a room and I'll fix it again." And that taught me you never give up. And I remember, a month later getting to walk in. He was shooting hoops on his basketball court with Reggie Love. And I walked in and got to say, "Mr. President, after almost 100 years of trying, we have the votes to pass universal health care." And there's still this picture of him hugging me. And you know what he whispered in my ear? "I told you so." Right? And look, he and his party paid a dear political price for that. But in 100 years or 50 years, our grandkids and great-grandkids aren't going to remember that price. They're just going to remember that he did a very big historic thing. And I think that's why you elect presidents, and that's why I was so proud to work for him.